Sunday morning. It is April the 21st. I'm WESH 2 First Warning Meteorologist Eric Burris. This is Coffee Talk. We get together 7 days a week, chat about what's going on in the world of weather, and see how it is around the neighborhood. Let's take a live look outside. Let's see. Let's find I Spy with my little eye our tower cam. All right, Marion County, we're looking good there. Certainly some clouds over top of us. Orlando International Airport looking pretty good. Let's head over to Port Canaveral. Oh, man. Still the winner for my favorite tower cam. Daytona Beach. Beautiful, beautiful start to the day. Tavares, let's head out to Lake County. Some clouds over top of us. New Smyrna Beach. I'm just clicking buttons. People are out at the beach. Gotta love that. Downtown Orlando. Not working, of course. Let's see. Lake Eola, you working? All right, we're working. All right, I'll take that. Beautiful morning across town. First warning, live Doppler radar showing some interference there, bottom left, and some garbly gook on the kind of right side. So it's a nice, quiet start to the day. Let me clean my glass. Oh my God, my glasses are a mess. Beautiful start, though. Look at these temperatures. Sitting at 70 degrees in Orlando. Humidity trying to sneak up on us a little bit, isn't it? 66 there in Ocala, 68 degrees New Smyrna Beach, and about 70 as well back over to Melbourne. So it's a lovely morning. It's going to be a lovely, lovely day. Temperatures by lunchtime already working into the lower 80s. We'll be into the upper 80s this afternoon. Notice the winds kind of breezy, 10, 15 miles an hour, gusting up to 25. So yesterday was a bit of a quieter wind. Today we'll have a little bit more winds. High temperatures around town look like this. With the winds picking up, it's going to help things around. And, you know, just in the couple of days since I've been forecasting myself, I have noticed that it's, you know, things have been changing around a little bit. 89 today in Orlando. The average high temperature is 85, so we're staying above average. It's 88 degrees in DeLand, 88 degrees in Titusville, 91 degrees today in Melbourne. What a beautiful, beautiful day it is. We've got gorgeous weather in place, high pressure kind of moving out. We're going to change things around just a little bit, so we kind of have to understand what's to come. All right, bright spot is going to be the sunshine. The broader shot showing showers and thunder showers to our north, that's a cold front, and that cold front will be working our direction, bringing to us a little bit of rainfall. So rain chances are going to be on the increase here these next couple of days as that cold front moves in, kind of turns the winds, brings eventually a nice little temperature drop off. So we look at temperatures adjusting from highs today around 89 degrees to highs tomorrow in the upper 70s. This always happens. The computer models, they try to figure this out. This time of year, it's hard. Look, excuse me, I'm going to be honest. I'm still not 100% sold on us hitting 78 for a high temperature tomorrow. It's possible. It's possible. But the problem is these fronts this time of year, they get tricky. So, you know, just so that you know, the guidance shows upper 70s on a blend of all the models. We'll see. It's not going to be snow. That much I could tell you. Let's look at the temperatures yesterday. All right, let's kind of see where we ended up. No records. It was a hot one, though. 90 degrees in Sanford. We were outside Sanford at the air show all day. It was plenty of heat. Hit 91 in Orlando, so that's the third 90-degree day we've had. When we look at today's forecast temperatures versus the records, it's going to be another hot one, but it's not going to be as hot. The models overdid this heat a little bit. So because of that, we've kind of had to make some tweaks to the overall guidance, but it's still going to be hot. Melbourne, Daytona Beach, today we're going to be on record watch. 89 the forecast, 89 the record, Daytona Beach, and in Melbourne, 91 the forecast, 92 the record. The one thing that's really going to help us, though, is all of that breeze. It's going to help make for another one. But yeah, yesterday was the third 90-degree day in Orlando this year. We average about 106. So we have, 103 more to go. As they say, it's going to be a cruel, cruel summer, right? We've been dry, though, and today will continue. So if you're heading out to the air show, super excited to see it. I'm not, but if you are, it was great yesterday. It'll be great today. Temperatures working into the 80s. And eventually, honestly, the lower 90s. Chris says, personally, I'm glad it didn't get as hot as was forecast. I agree with that. Still hot, though. So looking at the overall setup, we've got that front going to slide on through, going to help us and bring in some cooler air. And then for the rest of the week, high pressure will build in. We'll see those temperatures start to climb. It's going to be a beautiful, sunny outlook across Central Florida. So here's a look at the 7-day forecast, okay? And of course we can take a deeper dive and investigate, but here's your idea. Temperatures drop off just a little bit with that front and then start coming up. But again, this is not my forecast, just so you know. I would have us back into the upper 80s by Thursday. Yeah, I'd be a little bit warmer than this, like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, but that's okay. Just looking at all the model blend data. But either way, it's going to be a nice drop-off. Is it going to be frigid? No. But there will be a drop-off. There will be a noticeable drop-off. And this time of year, you got to take what you can get, right? That's the way I look at it, at least. Man, all right. I like Cam's forecast better. Oh, yeah, you know it. All right, so as far as the rainfall goes, how does that play out for tomorrow? Let's dial up the Futurecast model and try and kind of get an idea of this, right? First off, we're not talking about rain today, so we're good. I mean, there's definitely some clouds. Here's Futurecast. All right, let's just roll through time here. Right, like we're looking good. Clouds today, nothing too bad. And then overnight tonight into tomorrow, we'll wake up tomorrow morning and it'll be a mostly cloudy sky. All right. So there you go. Not the prettiest of sunrises. Look at that. Futurecast doesn't Futurecast doesn't even show any showers. How do you like that? Let's pull up since we're in short range. Here's the HER model. Like, what a difference. Her model's throwing in some rain tonight, and our northern spots, and then no rain tomorrow. This time, I'll tell you, y'all, this time of year, the models are horrible because we've started this, like, transition, and yeah. So, yep. Sunday into some showers, yeah. Now, we can look at I'll show you like the GFS. But you can kind of see those are two mesoscale models that are trying to figure it out and are doing a terrible job. All right, here, let's do this. Move this to custom next 36 hours. Okay. So 6 p.m., this is the GFS model. Kind of see some showers north of us. And then early tomorrow morning. Yeah, I mean, they're backing off on the rain chances. So Cam may have to back down on her rain chances a bit. And then by tomorrow evening, we kind of get that shift of the winds. That's the American GFS model. Let's look at the European. Do next 36 hours. All right. So, a couple of showers tonight, maybe north. A couple of morning showers tomorrow, and then it's all moved south. And then we get that cooler air moving in. Yeah, I mean, it looks to me like all the models are wanting to dry us out. So, there you go. Kind of it's always interesting how that goes. If that sustains, what's interesting is like it will continue our idea of dry air. It's been 10 days since we've had any measurable rainfall in Orlando. You dry? Dry my house. Yukon says there's dew on the ground and cars in MLB. We're starting the run to Muggy. Oh, dew on the ground and cars. Oh, yeah. Did you sleep better last night, or did your kids disturb you? Oh, no. No, I was awakened at 2 o'clock in the morning. Yep. Heather says, need rain. We definitely need rain. You know, we were discussing this yesterday. Oh, you can hear them out there navigating, man. The drought monitor, which gets released every Thursday, so it's not going to be updated from what we showed yesterday. But you can see kind of Osceola Brevard. Those are our driest areas. When we look at the Keach-Byram Drought Index, it reflects the same idea. We're not into a bad situation yet. You know, not until you start to get into the yellows and oranges and reds do you really start to get into a bad situation on the Keach-Byram drought numbers. But we're on our way. So just for you, we're going to be happy when this rainy season kicks in. Which it will soon enough, but there's the there's the deficit numbers. Orlando, it's not a severe deficit or anything like that, but we're definitely getting into a greater and greater deficit. So we've got plenty of time until the typical start of the wet season, right? It's late May usually that begins, so we've still got time. Terry says, I've been worried about little Eric starving. Is he okay? Oh, he's fine. Yeah, he didn't even want it when I got off Coffee Talk. He forgot all about it. And then as soon as we got into the car to go to the air show, he reminded me he was starving and that he wanted the bagel that when I offered it to him earlier, again, after Coffee Talk, he said no to. So, yeah. Yep. So, I, for one, though, am certainly ready to start the rainy season. Just let's start this thing up. Let's get some good rain moving in. Tammy's asking, what deficit did we end 2023 with? That's a good question. We can look that up. Hold on. All right. I'll look it up with you. Hold on a second. These kids are so mean to each other. All right. I don't know if I can. So, single station almanac data for a day. And I'm going to do this for December 31st. MCOTHR. Okay, so there's the numbers. So, year to date, total precipitation, we had 52 inches. Normal was 51.45. So we actually ended 2023 in a surplus. So there you go. Kind of interesting. Right? Interesting stuff. So anyway. Ended a little above. At least in Orlando. Frank says, I bet we didn't. I'm almost positive you didn't. What is that? TPA? TBW? Is it TPA? TPA? Precip. Total precip. Observed 37. Yeah, this is Tampa. Observed 37 inches. Normal is 49 inches. So, yeah. You definitely had a deficit there. A pretty significant. What? Oh, okay. So yeah, no, Frank, you did not. You're definitely ended in a yeah. Weird for west of Florida. Yeah. West coast of Florida had a pretty significant deficit. But again, it's worth noting that like the drought monitor has changed. For the longest time, the west coast of Florida was under a pretty significant drought, and that's just not the case anymore. So that's great. Well, that stinks about Florida. Oh, what stinks about Florida is we get our rain in large amounts all at once. We don't get a good soaking of rain. We get flooding rains, then nothing, then floods. Yeah, sometimes that's the way it goes. Yeah. Sometimes that's the way it goes. Frank says 3 more days of Facebook jail for me. I mean, I see a posting, so I guess you're not fully in jail. There's that. All right. Questions, comments, concerns. The good news is that the models have really dissolved much of this rain chance. So not the threat. Yesterday, there was the threat of stronger or even severe storms. That has gone away. Now it's just kind of Florida being Florida, Joanne, keeping us all guessing. No idea where where the pendulum will swing. Lauren says it seems like every year we get really dry before the moist season starts. Well, it's true. And you know what it is? If I'm honest, it's always darkest before the dawn, right? That's just the way that goes. Annie says, no rain for Jeep Beach. That's right. None. Hope all my Coffee Talk peeps have an awesome day. Remember, be that star in someone's day. Frank, you as well, buddy. End of May storm. Let's look. Let's just look and see. So if we look at the BSR, well, we'll look at the BSR in a moment, but if we look at the LRC, if we look at our hurricane season forecast, all right, we've got end of May is kind of a timeline that we have where we could start to see the next couple of days are going to be kind of key for us to watch stuff because things are cycling back through again. All right. We're hitting the reset button and we're going to start to see like the next storm system more than likely is going to be this Gulf Coast low. It'll come back around in early June. But what we've already seen was this one. So yeah, end of May 19th through the 24th. And it's a little too early to see, too deep in, but we can certainly try and pop up some of the BSR long range stuff. Let me take this out. Let me get this all set up. All right. Let me get my calendar out. Just kind of see what we're looking at. High pressure building in. Little storm system south of us. Little weak front. When is that little front? Valid. That's like May 2nd or 3rd. Is it a significant front? We'll see. But May 2nd or 3rd looks like there'll be a little front. Hey, there's a little storm system coming toward Florida. That's like the May 7th or 8th. And if we go even longer, and this is very much subject to change, but at least it'll give us a little bit of a glimpse. Got a little storm system there. Ninth, 10th. Good little storm system going into South Florida. 13th, 14th. Okay, what are you? That's 21st, 22nd. Oh, I love this. Okay, that's the 21st, 22nd, right? See that? Dare I show you the timeline? That's the 21st of May, the 22nd of May. You see that storm system there? 21st, 22nd. Okay. 21st, 22nd fits that perfectly. Well, isn't that interesting? Interesting. I'm not saying it's going to be a hurricane. I'm not saying it's going to, but there's definitely a fit to that pattern, right? It's definitely there. Interesting. Right in like the Big Bend / Panhandle, right? Interesting. Okay. And that's about as far, honestly, that's about as far as the GFS will go. I'm just looking to see. Yeah, that's about as far as the GFS will go. Kind of up through the Big Bend and into the Carolinas. We'll see if that plays out, but there you go. Very interesting. So the end of May, you know, when you already have some model guidance kind of hinting at that first timeline. Mickey says, Alberto, dat you? Could be. It fits the timeline. If you're curious what I'm doing, this is kind of one of my favorite parts of forecasting. It's long-range forecasting. We put out our hurricane season forecast March the 1st. So those dates that I showed you, we put out March the 1st, wesh.com/hurricane forecast. And you can get, it's more than just numbers. Here's our numbers: 16 to 20 named storms, 8 to 10 hurricanes, 3 to 5 major hurricanes. But we go beyond that. We dive into hot spots and hot dates. And we just kind of showed you one of the features that looks to try and fit this pattern. The American GFS model, using the Bering Strait rule kind of teleconnection technique, is highlighting perhaps an area of low pressure kind of up in this area, right in that timeline, around May 21st, 22nd. So we'll see how that plays out. But again, you can read all about it. wesh.com/hurricane forecast. And by the way, it's our goal to always leave our forecast completely unchanged throughout the season. So what we put out on March the 1st should be about what we end the season with, at least in terms of our forecast. Now, it's not perfect. There's no technique that's perfect, but at least it gives us something. Right? Mr. Matt, good morning to you. My cruise is a few days later, so I'll keep my eyes on that one for sure. Yeah, for sure. Brian, always wondered how the rain percentages are predicted in forecast. 10% of us are going to get rain today, according to Camtran. 40% of us are going to get rain tomorrow, according to Camtran. Yeah. Tammy's asking, what are the names this year? The names are put out years ahead of time. I always laugh when people think that it's like a big release, and I feel like some media people try and hype it. There's the list of names. They've been out for years. Alberto is the first one. Yep. Happy there are clouds today heading to the air show. Have fun with that, Matt. Yeah, yesterday there were no clouds. It's hot. Mickey's asking about a marginal risk for tomorrow. There's really not. Here's the Storm Prediction Center risk for tomorrow. Extreme southern Brevard and into South Florida, but not in our area. They've dropped us from the marginal risk. So, yeah, not a thing for us, thankfully. Yep, we really need the rain. My grass is starting to look like hay. I mean, I feel like every time I water my grass, my entire yard, it gets happier and happier. Yeah. All right. Questions, comments, concerns, anything? The problem with clouds is they can limit the airshow flight parameters. That's correct. Yeah, they may have to lower. I mean, what's right now? I'm just looking. So Sanford is my home airport. So let's just look and see here what the Sanford weather is. All right. Wind 230 at 5. Visibility 10 statute miles. Sky clear. Actually, if you wanted to hear it, I could call. This is the when pilots call and get ATIS. This is what they get. I'll play it for you.
1225 Zulu. Wind 220 at 05. Visibility 10. Sky condition few 4,300. Temperature 23 Celsius.
All right, so 4,300, couple of clouds. That's the live weather at Sanford, which is of course where the air show is. So there you go. 4,300. That would perhaps lower the performing parameters a little bit, but either way, hopefully it won't be too many clouds, right? As the sun comes up, it should be able to burn some of it off. Blue sky pictures aren't as interesting, Matt says. Hey, buddy, the pictures you took of me, they look pretty darn good, if you ask me, and I thank you for that. I'm going to have it framed. One of them framed. I'm going to put it right here, buddy. And I will be forever grateful for your pictures. And if anybody needs, I don't know exactly what types of photography Matt does. I'm going to go download them today on your link that you sent me, Matt. But Matt took some incredible pictures when I was flying with the Blue Angels, and if that's a show of his work, he's pretty darn good at it. So I'm so forever grateful for you, Matt, and you do good work, buddy. Seriously, I'm forever grateful. I joked with my family. I was like, you know how you could tell that that's me in the back seat? Because of my Jay Leno chin. You see that Jay Leno chin protruding from the helmet. But I'm grateful to you for taking those pictures, Matt. Just incredible. So thank you. If anybody needs a I don't know what type. Matt, what type of photography do you do professionally so that if anybody needs it? Your Blue Angels were so cool. Have not seen them in oh, they're not mine. They're all of us. We are all taxpayers, and we are all should all be offering up a debt of gratitude to these brave men and women, not only in uniform flying for the Blues, but for every organization, every branch of the armed services, and as they say, the Blues were very clear to point out, like, they are there performing, trying to raise awareness for those men and women that are forward-facing, that cannot be here, but are doing the things. So let me see. I don't know how easy it would be for me to pull this up. I'm going to try. I did one more story. I'm trying to think of the easiest way. I don't know if this is the easiest way. I'm going to try this real fast. Oh boy. So this is definitely the internal link for WESH. Oh my God, what is my password? This is not going to work. So Matt does family portraits, wildlife, fine art, just about anything. Give my site if you wish, but I'm not plugging me on Uspace. Matt, let me open my email. I will plug you. You do beautiful work, and you sent it to me, so I'm just grateful for it. So it's Matthew. So it's MATTHEWGELESKE photography. It's his name, photography.com. If he's half as good doing family portraits as he is of catching a helicopter and an FA-18 Super Hornet together, then the dude is fully capable. You know? Newson.com. Can I pull this up? News on. I'm trying to see if I can show you the story that I did. I think I can pull this up. Let's try this. All right. I want to try and pull up the Saturday 6 a.m. newscast. All right, so this is yesterday. I think it was... Where are you? I did this story yesterday. Oh, there it is. Okay. All right. So let me get this set up. So this is the story that I put together for today. Take a
Air
listen.
show. You've got to see the moment the U.S. Navy Blue Angels landed at the Orlando Sanford Airport. Check it out. You're going to see a lot of that this weekend as the Blue Angels headline the air show. They will be joined by other performances, including the Air Force F-22 Raptor demo team. West 2's Eric Burris got to practice with the Blue Angels before today's big show. He takes us behind the scenes and shows us what it takes to achieve the intense stunts in the skies.
Roaring through the weekend at the Orlando Sanford International Airport is the Orlando Air Show. Headlining the air show this year, the U.S. Navy Blue Angels. A few days ago, I had the chance to take a thrilling hour-long flight with them, and let me tell you, that was the ride of a lifetime. They don't mess around. What they're doing, it's incredible.
Right for the takeoff maneuver, the diamond will take off, and 15 seconds later, they're inverted at 5,000 feet doing a loop.
Yeah, really pushing the envelope, showing what those F-18 Super Hornets can do. What's incredible is that the Blues fly closer than 18 inches from each other, flying at speeds just below the speed of sound, with precision like nothing you've ever seen before.
It's something you really don't get a sense for unless you see it in person. You don't feel the thunder of the afterburners. You don't get a real sense for how dynamic the demonstration is. The only way to do that is to come out to the air show and see it in person.
So if you're looking for something to do, the air show is open and performances start around noon. But what's neat is that it's not just the Blue Angels. There's a whole slew of aircraft.
Also the F-22 Raptor demo team, courtesy of the U.S. Air Force. So they're loud and boisterous.
And if you're a fan of the older birds, this is a special treat. One of about 30 or so remaining B-25 Mitchells, not only performing, but offering rides at the air show. I tried to give a report on board, but those old World War II engines really overtook me. So young and old, expert pilot or novice, a true show of incredible skill in the air over Central Florida this weekend. And as Lieutenant O'Donnell says,
we want to be able to make folks think of those who aren't at home right now. Think of the expeditionary forces that are forward deployed in the name of our country. When they see us, to have them think of those folks more who are doing the real work overseas.
Eric Burris, Wesh 2 News. Amen, Lieutenant. And thank you, sir, for your service and for everyone else, both currently active or veterans. So, yeah, that was the story that I put together. That was the third of my stories that I put together. But I think that Lieutenant Connor O'Donnell did such a beautiful job announcing the show yesterday, but also for really making sure that we stay focused on what the entire purpose of this is, which is to thank and honor those that are doing these things to save our tuchuses. And that's the deal, man. That's the deal. Yeah. Oh my gosh, Chris, a very clear Navy veteran. They couldn't fly during COVID because they couldn't keep 6 feet apart. The U.S. Air Force Thunderbirds, however. That's hilarious. You're such a putz. You're such a putz. So that was my third story on it. And yeah, just grateful to be able to talk about what they do. So, all right, enough. I'm going to go be dad, husband. God only knows what else. But head out to the air show and have fun. Be the sunshine in someone else's day. Thank you so much for hanging out for Coffee Talk. I will see you guys and gals later on. Bye. Have a